January 29th, 1994. So I would have been, I think, 27 at this time. He kind of motioned me over. He was driving away in his car, and then he saw me and he just like motioned me over it. We got to talk privately for about 10 minutes. And he said, Luke, it gives me inner peace. It gives me a source of comfort that if something happens to me, that you'll be around to fight for good values. I mean, can you imagine what that meant to me? That I was a source of, comfort and peace to Dennis Prager because I was around to fight for good values. Now, in retrospect, in 2023, I realize that Dennis Prager's told this to dozens of people, probably hundreds of people. One of his favorite lines he says to his YouTube co-host Julie Hartman when she says, "Oh, your book changed my life," and Dennis says, "If it changed your life, then it would have been worth it." And I'm sure he's used that very line to thousands of people. And for people who have high anxiety, like Julie and like me, right, those kind of lines are a lifeline. They're intoxicating. They are soothing and calming. This is a virtual friend. This is in Julie's case, it's a real life friend. But for most people who listen to Dennis Prager, it's a parasocial relationship that provides a sense of meaning, purpose, transcendence, and comfort in life. So when I was basically bedridden from 1989 to 1994, right, I was spending my money. All right, I spent almost all the money I had, right, not seeking cures to my chronic fatigue syndrome. I spent almost all the money I had sending Dennis Prager tapes out to my friends who frequently didn't listen to them, who laughed at them, who said that I must be mad. And I realized now, yeah, they were right. I was mad. I was getting much of my meaning and purpose in life from my imaginary or virtual friend, Dennis Prager. And because I became convinced that like Dennis Prager was such a great man, that simultaneously buoyed up my own sense of self because I had some, slender connection to Dennis Prager. And so I was connected to the great man. So the greater Dennis Prager was, the more important Dennis Prager was, the more prescient Dennis Prager was, right, that the greater I was because I recognized his greatness and that I had, a slender personal connection to Dennis Prager. I was connected to this source of greatness and life and love. And it was embarrassing when I look back and see, how eagerly I, jumped into the Dennis Prager cult. But I did it from a place like maybe you